far as I'm concerned, the greatest kind of problem that we have in the society, it's not that, there's a hole in the ozone layer, it's not prostitution, it's not corrupt politicians, it's not any of the number of social problems that most of the time we are focusing on. But it's quite simply that human beings, this is really severely underestimated, that the problem that quite simply human beings are not inquiring into life out of their own intelligence. If we look at every institution that we have in the society, whether it's the institution of the family with the parents, or whether it's in the educational systems, or whether it's religion, everybody has been sort of imposing that a human being should conform. And if we look at what it is that makes your personality right now, you will find that it's mostly just the influences that we've taken from the society. So the mind is a bit like a piece of clay, which can be molded and shaped into various different ways. What kind of mind that we have, I was talking a little bit about this the other day, is largely just the type of society in which we are living. So you may think, 100% I believe in Jesus Christ, I am a Christian. Fine, that is fine. But if you were born in a Buddhist society, you may think, okay, Buddhism is the ultimate truth. Or if you're born into a Hindu society or a Jewish society, you may think, okay, Hinduism, Judaism is the ultimate truth. So, one of the problems if a human being is not living out of his own intelligence, quite simply, if you're not living out of your own intelligence, it just simply means that your way of being right now is largely predetermined. As human beings, we like to feel, okay, yes, everything is 100% in our control. But if you really look into it very deeply and see that if a human being is not living out of awareness, then his life is very much predetermined. Not just in terms of social influences, the body is also deeply programmed, the biological programming that we've picked up, which is mostly a result of thousands and thousands of years of evolution. Every human being, he's born with a DNA, a very unique DNA. The coding of the DNA is absolutely unique for every human being. So that means you're born with a certain programming. So, suppose you were born in, let's say, coming back to the social influences, if you were born in the Aztec civilization, what was very unique about the Aztec civilization was that they conducted human sacrifice on an enormous scale, thousands of people, and this wasn't forced human sacrifice. The people who were involved in these sacrifices, they were largely just volunteers. And in their minds, of course, in our society, we think, okay, this is so disgusting, this is so grotesque. But in the mind of the person who's living in the Aztec civilization, this was a very normal part of the culture. In fact, it was seen as an honor. If you were to sacrifice yourself to the gods, then this was seen as a great honor. This is a service to the community, actually. Why they were doing these human sacrifices? Because they had this belief that the sun was largely moved by the gods. The gods sacrificed a certain part of themselves so that the sun could keep moving. So they thought, okay, this is such a favor that's been done amongst the gods. We need to pay a debt. So to repay this debt, they said, okay, human sacrifice. What greater debt can we pay to the gods than to sacrifice human life? But in our society we think, oh, this is so grotesque, this is so disgusting. So the kind of mind that we have is largely molded and shaped by the type of society in which we are living. So if a human being is to truly live out of awareness, because you will find that the more and more awareness you are living with is the more and more freedom that comes to you. You no longer have to be predetermined by all these influences that are working upon you. Now you become the very creator of your own life. Your own inner well-being, if it is determined by outside situations, then it's very predetermined. But if your own inner well-being is determined by your own awareness, your own inquiry, your own willingness to dig deeper into your own being, now your inner state is determined 100% by you. Nothing else except you.